Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Pour myself a double shot of whiskey. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Bird has got the Jameson going here for the Friday KVJ After the Show podcast.
Hey, look, if you ain't living, you're dying.
That's right, baby.
Technically, we're all dying. I think just some of us are speeding up the process with cell damage.
Mm-hmm. I'm a dead man walking. Literally.
That's right. Beetlejuice. That's it.
Zombie comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Zomedy.
Zomedy.
That's what it is. That movie expected to do well. Another $25 million this weekend will bring in. It's already $188 million domestically, about $250 globally, and pretty good reviews. Like Cesar and Green Acres said, yeah, I enjoyed it very much. Lots of laughs. I even caught myself singing along to some of the musical numbers like I did when I watched the original. Only thing I noticed was whoever was in production or post-production doesn't seem to know the difference between poisonous and venomous. I don't want to say any more, risking a spoiler alert, but that's it. Other than that, great movie.
I'm totally down to go to see Beetlejuice with you, Virginia.
I am totally down. I'll even drive your silly little ass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I love it.
I really do want to see it, and I like seeing certain things in the theater. I feel like Beetlejuice in the theater is one of those things that'd be fun.
Well, especially if I'm dressed like Beetlejuice.
We'll go to the fancy theater. We'll get some cocktails.
And snacks around the Birdle.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier because there's 8 movie chains, including all the big ones and the ones that we have, ACM and Regal and Cinemark, that are going to be spending $2.2 billion over the next 3 to 5 years on refurbishments and trying to reinvent the movies. And I'm not sure that I loved anything they had said. The best thing was the arcade, but I had seen it, the AMC we had at City Place. Didn't seem like that did well, and they eventually closed that down before they knocked the place down. And
yeah, it's not there now.
the other things like rope courses and pickleball, I'm like, what? Like,
They're trying to make it. They're trying to do like a bar where you have little games you can do while you're drinking. They're trying to do that before you go into the movie.
Are they just flipping it into it's a half theater, half Dave and Buster's?
I don't know. I'm really trying to figure out what they're trying to accomplish, because to me, a movie experience is an isolated event. I don't mix it with other things. I'm not like, okay, hey, I want to play pickleball and then watch a movie. I'm like, that never
Ever.
No,
Ever.
it's their own isolated events and experiences.
Well, they've got all this square footage. So they're trying to think of things that can fill the space because people are not going to the movies and filling the space.
But what would really make people want to go out to the movie theaters again on the reg? It's not pickleball. We all agree on that. But what really would make that?
Well, the
cheaper prices, first of all.
Yeah, well, the one thing to me, if you're talking about, they're trying to combat the home theaters. And they're doing that now with the Sphere, and I'd mentioned the sports bar. There are 2 of them in America, one's in Dallas, and it's almost like the Sphere concept, where it's the screen starts at the floor and it goes all the way and rounds up through the ceiling. So your whole experience is immersive. And
It's fancy.
you can't do, like, that's not even close to affordable for anybody who's not a millionaire to do. And I've looked at those things. I mean, about 2 years ago, I was in the market and looking at everything from even those little slats that you've seen. You know, the Boca Black Box that we had that has those tiles.
Yes.
Those things are really expensive. And so that's not in the price range of your average person right now. So to me, that's what it is. You want the money in that, put it into an experience. It's really cool, and you feel like you are completely in it. You're not looking at a screen. You feel like you are in the movie.
And
That to me is where you put your investment, not pickleball courts.
the other thing too is a public theater. You don't know who's giving hand jobs to people. You know what I mean?
Well, that actually would be better than
Hopefully
pickleball.
you get one when we go. Not from me, but I hope you scare one up in the hall.
Oh, you're making everyone feel weird stuff.
No hand jobs are going on while we're at the movie theater.
Although Beetlejuice loves hand jobs. He loves hand jobs.
I'll look the other way.
There's a lot of things that make more sense. I mean, honestly, a massage in a movie makes more sense than pickleball movie to me.
I mean, massage is like the hand jobs.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, that actually makes more sense than pickleball on a rope course.
Honestly, I would go to the movies more if I could get a massage, a hand job, and watch a movie.
Yes, right. That's what I said. That makes more sense.
So many happy endings.
I mean, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, in the middle, you get some popcorn. It's a great move.
Yeah, so I'm not sure where they're going. Yeah, if you want to compete with the home systems, I get that. I understand making it something, but I just feel like they've gone the wrong direction. And you had all the major 8 movie companies come together, and that's the list you came up with of what you're going to do? I don't know. That was weird.
Did you, and you don't have to answer this question if you don't want to,
Yeah.
did you ever get an HJ, a hand job, in a theater back in Logan?
From a guy.
No, just from, did any girl ever give you a hand job in the theater?
Don't think that's ever happened.
Really?
Not in theater, no.
Okay.
No.
You did?
No.
I guess.
No, I was just asking Kevin.
Feels like he's ready to brag.
I know. He's like, I got a story.
Yep.
On deck.
Yep.
Dick on deck.
He wants to tell us about all the hand jobs.
Tell us, you finger slayer.
Just name all the movies in which you've received hand jobs.
The Bone Collector.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No, I just thought that was a thing. That was a common. My whiskey's kicking.
There's jokes about the bottomless popcorn. and
Yeah,
all
I
that.
just always thought that there was just the universal. Oh man, don't sit in the back because that's where all the hand jobs are at.
Yeah.
I think it was a thing, but yeah, if you went in the back row, you knew what you were getting.
But I think we're. I don't think. Are we living in hand job movie theater time? I don't know if we are actually.
I look, I don't know, because I've never received one, but I do know that my wife and my daughter won't let Cannon go to a movie theater unless Caitlin is sitting with him, because she says those kind of freaky things happen.
Let's ask
Okay.
Caitlin.
So then,
Has she ever partaken in this?
Oh right.
Is it multi-generational? Because in my day,
Yeah.
in the back of the theater, in the back row, that kind of stuff was going on.
Okay, and that's why I asked Kevin, because I thought it was like the universal hand jobs and blow pieces are just happening galore. Blow pieces galore back there.
Yeah.
Is it still a thing?
Have to ask my daughter Caitlin. I don't know.
I want to hear you ask her.
I feel like that shit ain't gonna happen in the Sinopolis. That's too classy for.
Sinopolis is way too classy.
There's no way you could give a hand job in that theater. There's no way.
Well, you could.
Don't they have blankets at some of them?
Some of them
you're
do have
right.
blankets.
You could give,
on.
give amazing hand jobs.
There's a center console in between each seat, so you're gonna have to lean and you're gonna have to reach.
I forgot about the whole blanket thing. Oh yeah, you're right. Amazing hand jobs galore. That's what's happening.
A lot of people at the Sinopolis by me bring their own blankets.
Oh.
They go in the theater in their pajamas, slippers, blankets, so ready to get cozy.
And do you know what you have in pajamas? A big dick hole area to put out your peen
Okay.
for hand jobs.
That's why they did that?
I'm sorry, my whiskey's really kicking in.
Oh, yeah. It's
A
going
dick
strong.
hole describes dick holes.
I am. What a dick hole I am.
Thanks for mansplaining dick holes.
I'm talking about the fabric, not the actual DH. I wasn't being crass. I was trying not
know.
to be crass.
Yeah, Angie's got a good point. I would never go into one of those theaters and take someone else's blanket.
Fuck no! Hell no!
Here's your blanket. No, you keep that blanket.
Well, at the iPick, they had them
The
where
iDick?
the iDick, they had them where they were freshly laundered each time. In
Right.
between each guest, they would clean them, and you hope that they would clean them.
Okay, $32 for one ticket, and here's your cum rag. I'm good. I'm bringing my own.
Why is the corner crispy?
Yeah, I'm good. You
Go in
keep-
there with the blue light
keep your
to see what happens.
keep your little fucking blanket.
Oh my gosh, that would be a good experiment. Bring that blue light, come flashlight,
there's no-
into the theater seat.
If you went to one of them not as bougie theaters, just a regular movie theater, and you put a blue light just all along the wall,
But
you're-
call it the hot cum flashlight.
You are gonna see some shit.
Oh, yeah, you will.
You will see some shit.
You probably will see that. It's God. I'm never going to a theater.
I'm so
again.
disgusted. This is why nobody's going to the theater,
I
Kevin.
told you it's the hand jobs.
Yeah. At the end of the show, we were talking about Bamboozle and how my wife picked up a random baby and was just having a good time and saying, "Oh, look, we need another baby." She gets all like, my wife loves kids.
She took the baby, and the parents were like, "Oh, where's she taking that baby?" She took the baby to a second area at Bradley's.
Well, I could tell they wanted their damn baby back. I'm like, Kim, give them their freaking kid. What's wrong with you? And yeah, so Jill actually captured that photo. There it is. So if you're watching KVJ TV on YouTube, you can see there's the baby who looks concerned. I'm like, you should be concerned.
The baby looks concerned. Kevin looks so annoyed and over it.
Yes, and then Virginia's just cackling like a hyena.
I'm
like, she's just loving
cackling
it.
because I know you don't want anything to do with babies,
No.
and your wife is over there. Kevin, let's have another baby.
I know. We were talking about this after the show. It was going on too long. I'm like, all right, just give the damn baby back already.
You're looking like one of Scar's hitmen, one of the fucking hyenas.
Yeah, it's an adorable baby, and the baby's so cute. I get it, but it's like, all right, okay, we understand you find the baby cute and all that, but get the damn baby back already.
Kevin and the baby's almost making the same face.
Yeah, we
Because
are.
they're
We're
both
like,
very
we're
concerned.
both,
Horrified.
the baby and me were both over it. Like, all right, let's stop. Let's stop now.
You were saying earlier, you could tell they wanted to leave. It was time to kind of move
Yeah, I'm
on.
like, would you give them their baby back?
The event's winding down.
And it just kept going. I'm like, give them the freaking baby back. What's wrong with you? We were talking about dates, too. We got an email of what an interesting date, this girl. And she probably should have had better judgment to then wind up on date number 3 with this guy who got hammered on date 1. Date 2 sounded like it went pretty well, where he cooked, but then gave her bad sex. But for some reason, she gave him date 3, where he got massively hammered and then tried to drive home. She tried to put him in an Uber, which he wouldn't go into. And then when she finally drove him home, as soon as he gets out of the car, he turns around and flips her off, which is an odd move.
I would have left his ass at wherever the establishment was that I called the 2 Ubers that he refused to get in. At that point, we are done, sir.
I wonder how quick into them having sex did she go and inside her mind go, ugh, this fucking sucks. He's not.
Yeah,
and he might have not even
right.
gone down on her and just tried to
Who knows?
put it in. Some
Raw dog it.
Some dudes just don't fucking. Let's have some fun with this thing.
Yeah.
He sounds like he was a fucking monster.
Whatever it was, it didn't work out. But yeah, how he got on to date 3, I mean, I don't know. But then the text exchange that happened where he's basically like, lose my number, and it's like, what, you? And yeah. So.
Oh, he has alcohol issues, and that's coming from a guy who's drinking whiskey at 10 a.m. calling him out. He's got anger issues mixed with alcoholism.
Yeah.
He ain't got the right temperament for the trade for a relationship.
He's undateable.
Every girl that's involved with him is going to be miserable.
So Dillian said, yeah, I went on a first date with a girl I met on a dating app, and she told me that she had to watch her younger brother. And I'm like, okay, well, I was 24 at the time. She was 23, and the guy she brought was probably like 21 or 22. So I'm like, you got to babysit this guy? It was so weird. So
Wait, what? She's babysitting a 21-year-old?
yeah, she had to look after her brother. And so
What?
here we are, we're chatting it up and all that stuff, and her brother's over there playing pool. And, I'm with this girl. We make out a little bit. We kiss. And I go outside to make a call to a friend of mine. And then when I come back in, I see them in a hallway making out.
Were they stepbrother and sister?
They were swingers. And apparently they would get off where she would set up a date and then start making out with him, and he would watch. And that got him going.
Fucking people are out there, man.
Right.
They are out there, dog.
Yeah.
What a couple of weirdos.
Holy
Right.
shit. And they were just seeing if you were freaky enough to go along with their little plan. Because some
Yeah.
motherfuckers would go, I don't give a shit, let's get it wet. Some people would.
He
That sounds like
saw-
something Beetlejuice would say.
Yeah.
There are some, they've done this before, and
Yeah,
they've got a percentage
it's their thing.
of people that
Clearly-
come back to the house with them.
It got him charged because as soon as he stepped out of the bar to make a call, he's like, oh my gosh, I got to have it now. And he was ready to go.
Oh my gosh. Then, look, I have been on some really weird first dates.
Yeah.
It is a thing. It's a fucking jungle out there. It really is.
Yeah.
You know, especially when
Right.
you're going out with somebody, there's drinking involved and you don't know them really at all.
Right.
You're just kind of trying to feel out the situation. That is a recipe for fucking weirdness.
I just don't even think if I were ever single again, I don't think I would ever actively be on the dating market. I would live my life. I'd hang out. If there's somebody interesting, I'd be like, hey, do you want to hang out today for, doing whatever random, but formal dates and all that kind of crap, I wouldn't even do it. I'd be like, we'll hang out and just see what happens.
That's how Beetlejuice rolls.
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it.
Be open if something happens, but it's not something to where
it's not my end goal. I'm not trying to get into a relationship. I'm not looking for marriage. Not looking for kids.
In my 20s and early 30s, I'd go on a lot of. You'd go on dates with people.
Yes,
that is so not sexy to me at all.
Right,
I feel like that is a
formal
fucking
date would not happen.
Disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah,
because people are weird, man.
Right.
People are weird.
We could hang out as friends.
You got some balls.
I'm just saying, dude, motherfuckers are weird out there.
Would not
You're
be
right.
doing that.
The nerve of me to say anybody. People are weird, Kevin.
The weirdest guy just said that.
I keep forgetting I'm in a Beetlejuice costume.
It's amazing.
It's so funny how when you are a psychopath, because I am one too,
Sure, I get it. I'm not offended.
you think other people are crazy and you have like, oh, I'm fine. I think I got it together.
Well, no, you're right though. There's some people that make you feel good. I mean, I told you.
Because if they are that way, like they are really fucking psycho if they're worse than me.
Well, I mean, I went on a first date where the girl got arrested. That's kind of hard to beat.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty fucking hard to beat, man.
That's a good one. Pretty good. Yeah, Nevin said, I was listening when you were talking about how most dog owners spoil their dogs, and Jbird joked about cat viewership was down on your show. And right when he said it, I watched the dislikes go from 0 to 1. The cats have spoken.
You're right, man. Don't fuck with those cat people.
Look.
They do not like jokes.
We need more cats listening to this. We're trying to be pro-cat and inclusive.
Yeah, our cat numbers are down, but we're trying to get those cat numbers up.
Yeah, we need more pussy numbers.
Oh, your words, not mine, but I like your thoughts.
And Bailey, who is our resident dog trainer now, talking a bit about the service dogs. He said, Virginia, please don't suggest people fake service dogs to get out of HOA bullshit. I'm with you. HOAs are mostly terrible. But yes, we can't have people doing this.
But this is a scenario where they were telling her she had to give up her dog. I think desperate times call for desperate measures. And no, I would never normally suggest that. But when faced with the option of losing your doggie that you've had for 6 months or faking a service dog registration, I would fake it every time. 10 out of 10 times.
If we're talking about the dog walking the Green Mile, yeah, we got to fake some shit.
Well, they were telling her she had to start paying a fine, and they were going to put a lien on her house if she didn't pay the fines. Like, what? Over a 10-pound difference in the HOA rules and the dog. But she got the dog when the dog was a puppy. She didn't know how big the dog was going to be. The breeder didn't tell her that the dog could go over that limit. They told her the dog, oh, no, it's not going to be more than 25 pounds. You're good, you're good, you're good.
I do love emails, though, that call out somebody that's not myself. They're so fun.
They're great, yeah.
It's so fun to kind of lay
great.
back and just listen to someone to go in on you.
I stand by my statement. I'm so sorry that you think that it's shady, but sometimes you have to do something shady when something so terrible is looking at you.
The ends justify the ends.
HOAs suck dick.
And I think a big part of it is just clarifying. There are 3 types of the dogs, with the service dogs being the ones that are the most accredited and have the most green lights to going to different places. There are therapy dogs that basically have about the same support as the emotional support animals.
Keep in mind too, I know who that Bailey girl is, and she that's her world. She's so into dog, so she just wants to make sure she's getting the message out.
If this girl has to get rid of the dog she has now, she's going to need an emotional support dog because she is going to be broken at the loss of her puppy that she's raised for the past 6 months and has fallen in love with.
I would have lied, cheated, stole for I would have for
you
Chewy.
would have, because that's your baby, and I think any parent would do that for their baby.
And if you do just get the emotional support animal registered, you are allowed by law to live with their disabled handlers even in no pet environment. So that's all you would need, and that's the lowest standard is the emotional support animal.
All right,
But-
get that one.
But can we not fucking do this with was it a pelican? What was it? It was a peacock in the
What?
I should probably
What are we doing with the pelican?
Yeah, I probably should not be talking right now.
No.
When the whiskey kicked in.
There was the peacock at the airport, and they were claiming emotional. We do have to kind of cut it off at a certain level. We can't have fucking, I've got a cobra. It helps me emotionally.
There was an emotional support peacock at the airport.
The
and
peacock broke it. That's what kind of everyone said, fuck this. You can't bring peacocks into an airport.
Yeah. Now, there are times and places where, I think you should be able to take your pet, and you do, and it's kind of cool. There's a football broadcaster, and he brings his dog, Ben, with him, big old golden retriever, and he has him up in the booth with him, and he goes out on the field and all that kind of stuff, and it's kind of cool to see him doing that kind of stuff. That's an instance where I think it's kind of cool. This I'm a little confused with. This was a story today, and for some reason, Benny and Suzanne Anguiano decided it was a good idea to take their cat Rainbow, spelled Raynebeau. Rainbow, get it?
yeah,
That's their cat.
I love it.
They thought it would be a good idea to take their cat camping with them in Yellowstone National Park.
Uh-oh.
And guess what? Rainbow disappears and walks off.
No shit, because
no.
Rainbow's going, holy fuck, oh no.
You took your fucking cat camping? What?
The cat was probably loving that.
Yes. The cat's like freedom.
You tested your cat to see what your cat wanted more in his life, to be a cat or to hang out with you.
Did it want to chill in the tent with the humans, or did it want to go out there and fucking hunt and see
Yeah,
the
it
world?
was like, let's see what's going on around here. Yeah.
I know we got a lot of emails about cats don't like outdoors.
Rainbow did. Rainbow took off.
I've personally known a lot of cats that do have an affection for the outdoors.
Rainbow's gone for 2 months.
Oh, wow. Did they stay there and wait for Rainbow to come back?
No, they went home.
Oh, Rainbow's on its rumspringa. Rainbow's going, I'm fucking this up.
Thanks to the microchip, they finally get a call, though, and Rainbow somehow traveled 800 miles away to Roseville, California.
Wow. Rainbow got in somebody else's camper.
I feel like it got in somebody's camper and drove it like Toonces.
Yeah.
I love Toots the driving cat.
I know it's an old reference. Kids Google it. Oh shit, you can't say Google anymore. Kids
Search
Search for it.
And kids, don't be fucking listening to this podcast, please. It's not good.
Don't curse at the kids.
Sorry, kids.
And this is a crazy story. Not to say this would happen here, but I mean, I guess it could, because we've got these pythons everywhere.
We do.
Did you hear about the 64-year-old woman in Thailand and Bangkok?
Bangkok. She was just like trying to cook dinner or something.
Yeah. And this python grabs her and squeezes her for 2 hours. She's screaming for help as this snake is just trying to squeeze the life out of her.
Was it Valentine's Day?
No, it was not. It just happened, I believe.
He was not showing affection. He was like trying to make her dinner.
Oh, yeah, he was. Yeah, she's calling for help for hours.
Where's
and
her friends? Where's her family?
A good question. I don't know. Finally, a neighbor heard her and contacted authorities, and they came in with a crowbar and started hitting the snake's head until it finally released her. But it had been biting her the whole time.
Oh, dang.
Now, it's not venomous, so, I mean, that's the good part. But, I mean, she did have, teeth marks and all. They do have teeth.
Okay, so it's not venomous, so she's got a cool story then.
I guess. I don't know if it's cool. I would not want to be squeezed by a python for a couple hours.
No, that's horrifying.
What do you call an untruthful snake?
I don't know. What do you call it?
A lython.
Virginia, what do you think of that one?
She's laughing.
Okay, you got her.
She wants
Counts.
to say,
Okay.
but she's fucking laughing. She's still smiling, by the way.
It's a 5 out of 10.
Okay.
Still smiling.
Pythons eat deer. And so if they can take down a deer, I'm sure they could take down a smaller 64-year-old woman.
Damn, that's true. They
Thailand.
do. They eat those key deer.
Yeah, I mean, I guess given enough time, that thing probably would have ended her life.
Damn.
I would have thought. I don't know. And just another lesson, too, that you always got to watch here in South Florida. Did you see the 9-foot gator that they found hiding in a patch of sea grapes that was stalking people that were walking their dogs in the Sailfish Point neighborhood in Martin County?
Stalking people?
That's what they said. They
We
said
got,
it
him
was,
on, we got him on stalking charges.
yeah, they said it kind of knew what was up. They're like, okay, so the gator figured it out. They're going, okay, so they like to walk dogs here. I could get a dog. That's a good snack for me.
I love a dog snack.
Yeah, I'm going to hang out here. They had to bring in a trapper and get it and relocate it.
Oh, thank
my
goodness. He didn't get a hold of any doggies, did he?
Don't think so, but I guess they knew his intentions. Like, okay, this thing's trying to snag a pooch.
That would be so next level traumatizing. You're walking your dog, you're listening to your music, and all of a sudden, what the shit?
Oh, I'm sure it
There's a
happens.
gator?
Yeah, I'm sure it happens faster than you would be like, wait, what?
And then you're just left with this emptiness and sadness, and it happens so quick.
Trying to process that?
Such
my
is
gosh.
life. Such is life.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
That'd be something. Yeah, no doubt. Now, this I thought was rather interesting because it's almost like the dual natures that we have on our feelings on TikTok. Now, I had seen that 39% of Americans aged 18 to 29 are getting their news from TikTok. That's not a surprise, and I've kind of heard that similar stat.
It's also not good.
No, probably not, because, what is the credible source on this? But, what's the credible source of anything? I don't think anybody trusts the news that we have now, and it is very agenda-based. I mean, if you just look at it, there are words that they put in there and everything. There's nothing that I see that is visually on a screen that is unbiased. I can
I'm with you on
detect
that.
the bias on every single news source that I watch.
For the first time in my life, I feel like everybody kind of just questions every single thing. No one trusts anything. Even when it comes to the medical stuff, is it the CDC? Whatever the... I remember when people believed what they would say. Now, like, no, it's a fucking lie.
Well, they say things that still people have questions about. They'll say unbased claims, or so-and-so said this to their unbased claims. I'm like, well, I'll tell you the cat story, which is like, okay, yeah, who knows, may not be happening, but, you'll see the ABC News and all that. They'll say,
you mean the cat story?
Trump's unbased claims that, the people are eating the cats or whatever. It's like, okay, well, there's still some people that are trying to say that it is. Why do you have to put unbased claims? Just be like, Trump claims that why do you have to put unbased next to that? It's not defending Trump. I mean, I'd say the same thing on either side.
I mean, I don't know. I did see a TikTok with a cat on a grill. That's all I'm saying.
But
I don't know if that's real or not.
Diddly dick.
That doesn't prove anything. All I'm saying is that that's an example of the bias I see in the media. Is they are already going out saying his claims are baseless claims. It's like, okay, well, I don't know if that's completely been solidified. There are still some people that are saying one way or the other. To me, you can just leave it at Trump claims. That to me is how you do it unbiased. You're not throwing a bias and be going, the dude's saying this, and he is, and that and you can prove. The other part you don't know for sure, but yet they do that to make it sound like, this dude just keeps on lying.
Personal opinion, and it's not for any side or for anything.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as something is being told on a microphone where they're getting rated and there's money involved, it's not the news anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The news needs to be boring and not sexy. You need to just report the facts, ma'am. That's not what news is anymore. Everything is...
Because the emotion, it's the emotion.
It's all about division.
You can almost see with some of the different news networks that are out there that some of them will be 70 or 80% emotion based and maybe 10 to 20% facts, possibly. And then another one might be, 10 to 20% emotion and 80% facts. So, that's kind of it. But they throw a slant or a bias in there. They don't just say, hey, this is what we definitely do know. They always try to throw some kind of thing in there to make one side or the other look worse.
Well, look how crazy we get about ratings on our radio show. And I don't feel like we really ever get political at all, really. I mean, every now and then we can kind of dance a little bit there. But if you're talking about news people that get paid to talk about political issues and there's ratings involved and advertisers and money, they're going to reality show on both sides, either sides, to make it more emotion-based to get people to tune in because it's all about the ratings. It's all about that green.
Well, what happened is, radio and what we've done has always been an opinion-based show. We're not here to provide a story without any kind of bias or facts to it. The news, when I was growing up, was that.
Exactly.
And then somewhere along the way, it changed.
It turned tabloid.
It became opinion-based.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're more opinion, and now we're more news.
Well, as soon as you see a news, as soon as you see a news anchor say "I feel" or they give their opinion on the matter, it becomes not news anymore. It's an editorial piece.
Well, and what I think is scary is when they try to act like they are impartial, but yet you can just hear in the way they write a headline, like the point I just gave, be like, no, that's kind of throwing a little bias in there.
We live in the got to make sure you write that cool theme to get someone to click on it, or you have to almost clickbait people. That's what the news has become.
Yeah, it is, and proving what is real and what's not. So
it's definitely not about bringing people together. That's for sure.
Yeah. So a lot of people, are getting their news off of social media, and the same people though, that generation that are getting their news there, almost half of them in Gen Z wish TikTok was never invented.
Wow.
According to a new stat.
I'm an old fucker that wish it was never invented.
How about that? Yeah. But the younger generation that is supposed to be all Netflix, half of them are like, I wish this thing never was in my life.
Well, I think a lot of times, too, we make fun of the TikTok generation. Not every kid that's 18 to 25 years old is part of that TikTok phenomenon. They think it's stupid, too. You just don't hear about it.
And what was interesting is they don't feel that way about Netflix, YouTube, or messaging apps. So those are okay. But it's the TikTok that they just are like, yeah. So I find that interesting just in the fact that how much of a pushback would they get? Because they still have till, I think, January to divest of ByteDance. And if they don't sell TikTok to an American-based company, that they're shutting it down. And you won't be able to download the app anymore in an app store.
Virginia's awfully quiet during this segment. That means she's a fucking Republican. You son of a
love
bitch.
TikTok, but I love it for entertaining stuff that we can do on this show. If I didn't have this work, I don't think I would be as into TikTok. I just don't.
You wouldn't be talking about cats on grills if you.
No, I would not be. I would not be caring about cats on grills.
Cats on grills. By the way, great name for an album. Although you might get some pushback from the cat community.
I would prefer grills on cats.
There goes another
Cats?
dislike from another cat.
Damn it! Fuck Beetlejuice.
Yeah, we're not doing great with the cats today.
I want cats with the little grills, like.
Okay, you're charging
You know
me.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like little gold teeth.
Yeah.
You want those grills. You want cats with grills, not cats on grills.
Exactly.
Okay, you're turning me on the Republicat side. The Republicat.
Republicat.
Democrat.
Meow.
I'm a Democrat.
Democrat.
And Republican? I don't know. I'm sure that's been done, right? Republican, Democrat. It's had to have been done.
Republican, yes, that has been done.
Republican. The Republicans versus the Democrats. That's got to be a thing, no?
That's funny. I've never heard it. You're an innovator.
No, it's that funny. I think I should probably stop drinking whiskey and stop getting on a public microphone.
Well, the thing that, they are understandably upset about is that if 40% of Americans, basically 18 to 29, are getting their news from TikTok, and it's controlled by a Chinese company. And we're talking about the little slant and how you can put perspectives and spins on what you think is unbiased news. If it's in the hands of China that is giving 40% of young Americans their news perspective, what do you think it's going to be?
Manipulation.
Hashtag fuck America.
Well, and already
Hashtag you're already fucked.
You're seeing a slipping of patriotism. And
which does suck.
Yeah, they can continue to feed that stuff. And look, these other countries do seem to care about our elections.
They love when we are not united.
The best strategy to take down anything is to have your own team turn on each other.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like cancer. It will fucking, it'll fire everybody up, and then it's awful.
You don't have to fire a shot if you can have them attack each other
just
from
attack
within.
each other.
Yeah.
It's also a Twilight Zone episode, but I won't talk about that.
But you just did.
I'm a dickhole.
So Dina sent an email. She said, if you are trying to stay on top of what your kids are doing, I know a lot of times you feel that struggle that they know the apps better than you do. She said, one thing that I've found work is just get Spyware. I got an administration account for each child. I could log in from my device, and I could see what is happening on all of their screens in real time.
Ooh, I like that.
The technology already exists.
I did that one time to catch a cheating guy. I put spyware on his computer. He had no idea it was there. He was kind of, not tech savvy.
Okay.
And it recorded every keystroke and sent me a just transcript.
That was your tech version of getting in the bushes.
It was.
Yeah, right.
I had got in the bushes with that guy already. I mean, that just tells you, like, girls, if a guy brings you to the point where you're in the bushes and you're doing spyware, like, dump the dog.
I'm gonna write a name down. I just want to see if I am right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I thought so.
You do listen when I tell
Let me
stories.
throw this away before it's on camera.
Just rip it up and eat it.
You know I'll do it. You know I'm in costume and I'm on a whisk. I'll fucking eat that thing.
Eat that thing.
No, Kevin, you have to stop. You have to step in right now.
Oh, I know. You did it sober on Wednesday. You got another week out of this costume.
2012 Bird would eat that thing.
She wants to. Don't eat the paper.
Yeah, I would. Why are you eating paper?
Well, now it's in the trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually missed the trash. It's on the ground.
Yeah.
Man, first comment I see on social media: "Bird's a bitch. You didn't eat the fucking trash."
I like Dina's concept, though. Yeah, if they had spyware with all those apps you could get and you have it on your phone, your kids can't deactivate or anything like that, and you can always see what they're scanning through. Or even if you don't have the real-time capability, you can kind of flip back through what they've had on their screen the whole day, and you can kind of get a snapshot of it. Yeah, that's kind of cool. That'd make me feel better about it.
I agree. And I wouldn't put it on Mags's phone because I think, okay, she's over 18. If she makes a mistake, she's a grown-up now. It's on her. But I would put it on Rocco's phone in a heartbeat.
You would put on Pandas, right?
I wouldn't put it on Panda's. No, I don't have any reason to be suspicious of Panda.
If Panda would, if you walked in the room when he thinks you're gone you're doing an event or something, he's like, "Oh, okay, I get the place to myself," and you walk in your bedroom because you forgot something, and he is just spanking it to some porn. You're kind of like, "What's going on here?" What are your thoughts? It's all legal, of course.
And he's 9?
Panda.
Oh, Panda. Okay.
Panda, not Rocco.
Oh my, Kevin, I would never go down that road. Oh my God, jeez,
Panda.
fuck.
I would not care.
Just want to make sure which guy you were talking about here.
Panda, I said Panda. I
Okay,
made sure
all
I
right.
said-
Okay. Just making sure.
Are you upset?
No, I don't care. I mean, look, we're grown-ups here.
You said Panda's on that testosterone again.
Panda is back on the tee.
He's got the laptop. He's looking in the mirror in the bathroom, and he's just tossing off, standing.
He could be doing that right now.
And you could give it. It doesn't change anything.
No, I'm fine. I don't care.
You love your husband.
I do, and I want him to be happy. And if tugging that pud makes him happy, tug
Go
your
for it, baby.
pud.
Lisa, I don't have to do
Rub
it.
that thing till it's raw.
She doesn't have to do it.
Right. She'd be so happy.
So, please, get in some bushes.
Yeah. It's one less trip to the shredder.
If I have time, I don't mind going to the shredder, but I just don't have time some days.
You do have time. You can make time. You gotta lance off some of the things that are taking up your time.
Rocco? I got to Lance Rocco? Because that's the biggest time suck.
I feel like Rocco's hair's been thrown in the mix a little too much here. That I'm not talking about Rocco in any of this.
From the
Leave him out of
moment,
this.
from the moment I pick him up, it is so much Rocco.
No, I
Like,
get it.
It's hard, man. I guess I could Lance him.
Okay.
That's not what I meant. And I wasn't talking about Rocco either, Kevin. Good God, that turned terrible. Denny's, edit it all out.
Just the whole thing. Start from the beginning. All of it.
Should we scratch this and start over?
Yes.
Whatever.
Do another one.
I had such great fun.
Yeah, because you're drunk.
Oh,
I'd be having a great time too, but I gotta drive you.
did I make it bad for you guys? I'm so sorry.
I had a good time.
Now I got guilt.
Nah,
I feel
you're
bad.
fine. I'm kidding.
We had a good
Okay,
time.
good. I'm having our shot then.
Are you guys going to enjoy your pizza and a little bit more whiskey?
Oh yeah, a Beats Pizza. We're coming for you.
That's right.
If you're in the area, we will
Yeah.
be there filming.
We'll be there in Northwood. It's a great great little lunch spot.
And I don't have to feed my sister's cat.
That sounds like a euphemism for something.
I'm gonna be eating pie somewhere else.
Oh, good God.
Oh, good God! With your comedy? You're so outrageous.
I had a vision of pie and your sister. And
I'm just going to label today's after the show inappropriate.
not safe for work.
All right, y'all. Have a good weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.